This is the open house for sixth grade math course, and I will share my information, short information. Then after, I'll give some information about the course, this course, what is happening in there. Then after, I'll show you a brief lesson to understand explanations and the other things, how the lessons are going. So, okay, so let's start with this. Can you see my screen? If you can give one reaction, I can understand that you are watching my screen. Okay. Now let me continue with this one. My name is Miss Yozgatlı. I'm graduated in mathematical engineering in 1998. Then after I start teaching in Europe and the United States, over 24 years, I have been teaching math from middle school to AP Calculus. Now I am working at Texas. Then I joined also Momentum Learning. I have started in this summer. So I'm very happy for this one. And we have this school math curriculum. When you visit the Momentum Learning website, you can see the school math curriculum. And these are several courses from number science to AP calculus. And there are also informations about this. If you see, you can understand better, deeply. You can see everything for the curriculum, dates, and the others, all of them. So let's start with our curriculum, and we will doing sixth grade math, and it will be every Sunday starting with September the 8th. Then it will end with November 24th, and from 11 to 1 p.m. according to Central Time. So if you are exactly fifth grade math, or you are able, you have capable for the sixth grade math, you can join this one. All recordings, all class materials, including recordings, and will be in the website. Which website? It will be Canvas platform. The Canvas platform, Instructure Canvas, is used as the online platform to share class materials, handouts, homework, class recordings for all online contest math classing and the selected school math class. When you register any of the course from website, and you will be getting this course. And we will use the Zoom for the online sessions. And we can do the Zoom sessions like conceptual topics for that week and classic examples to the topic covered and challenging questions according to the class exercises. So we will answer, and I'll explain shortly the topics. When you understand all these topics, I will pass the questions and we will solve together these questions. So what is Canvas program? And when you go to momentumlearning.org/Canvas, you can see this one, this page. When you click your dashboard, and you will see your class, sixth grade math or AP calculus or algebra 1, and you will click on one of the courses that you join, and you will see this dashboard. And we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, everything. There will be 12 weeks. And we will continue with week 1. If you click week 1, and you will see this type of the explanation. So you will find the handouts here, the unit 1, this is the first week handout. Then you are going to print this handout before our lesson. Since you are going to write on them, it will be easier. If you don't print, you cannot write anything. It is not easy to understand. So there will be homework session. It will be the online homework. There will be 25 questions on the homework, and due is for 1 week. You are going to solve this one. It will be graded directly the Canvas page. And there are also optional homeworks. If you want to study one more and you are going to continue unit 1, numerical representation, optional homework 1, homework 2, also you can see the answers from here. So also after 1 day, and you will see our recordings, and you can watch this recording, rewatch the classes to understand better. If you have something wrong and you couldn't understand, you can redo this again with the recordings. Okay, do you have another question? Or any question that you see on the screen you couldn't understand, or you are familiar for this? I'm not sure. If you have any question, you can ask to me. If you don't have, we can pass for the 6th grade math curriculums. So we will start with numerical representation. This is the first week. And the second week will be positive rational numbers. And we are going to deep into the rational numbers. Then after we will continue with integer operations, ratios and rates. And this is the most hard topic, ratio and rates and percents. And the expressions, maybe you know expressions or logic of the expressions, but we will continue with the algebra types. We will see different types of explanations and expressions for algebra. Then continue, we will continue with the geometry, then data science and statistics. Personal financial literacy will be the last session for us. The next session, the last period, will be review all these questions, all the topics. So we will finish after 12 weeks. So if you have any question, you can ask now, or after this session, you have question, or you can ask more information, more details. You can call this phone, and also with the Momentum Learning, if you are in person, you can go to, or you can call directly. Does anyone any question? Okay, so if you want, you can write on the chat box. It will be a personal chat box. You can, no one can see, only I can see the your questions. If you have question, you can write on the chat box. Okay, so if you don't have any question, we can start our session, and brief session, not very long. I chose geometry since most of you saw the geometry lessons. It will be familiar for you. Let's start our session. So let's start with the angles of a triangle. Triangles can be named by the three angles. You know this. They can be described by the terms acute, right, and obtuse. Do you know acute, right, and obtuse angles? And the triangles. So the right acute angle means all the, let me use this one, will be good. Okay, so if we have the acute triangle, it means all the angles should be less than 90 degrees. So it can be 30, 60, 70, but all this one should be sum up to 180 degrees. Also, we have right triangle. Right triangle means one angle, exactly one angle should be 90 degrees. And the obtuse angle, exactly one angle should be greater than 90 degrees. So as you see, acute means all the angles are less than 90 degrees, but we know the rule, all angles sum up to 180 degrees. So we have three different types of triangles. So we can see also the angles can be named in two different ways. Angle A is here, and I can see this part is angle A. I can read this angle just on angle A, or by writing three sides, three letters, CAB. I can read the angle like this direction or the other direction, or BAC. Okay, so the angle A can be named by CAB or BAC. Also, you can say directly angle A, no problem. So angle B can be written as ABC and BCBA. And angle C can be written as ACB or BCA. Have you seen the relation between them? All the time, the main angle should be in the middle of the letters. So there are three letters. I'm going to write in the middle all the time. So do not forget this important information. The sum of the three angles in triangle should be 180 degrees. Otherwise, we cannot say this is triangle. It cannot be formed as triangle if it is more or less. It cannot be covered as triangle. Does it make sense? Any question? If you give one reaction, I can continue better. Okay, so let's continue. Now, let's start with the question. Find the measure of angle C. Where is angle C? Here. So I'm going to think what can be this angle. So maybe you know or you don't know, variable can be written as, the value of C can be written as X. So I can write the equation of this one by using the sum of the interior angles of triangle 180. So all the sum, 81 degrees plus 32 degrees plus X will be 180. So I'm going to write the equation here, 81 plus 32 plus X equals 180 degrees. So this is our equation. So question says, find this one. Do you know how to write the equations with one-step equations? You are intelligent guys. I believe that you know this, how to solve. So let me write here, 81 plus 32 plus X equals 180. So I'm going to combine like terms. What are they? In the left side, we have two numbers that are added to each other. 81 plus 32 gives us 113 plus X equals 180. So we can say, how can I find the X? If we have the X in the one side with the number, I need to isolate X by removing 113 in this side. How can I remove this? When I change the place, it become negative, opposite sign. So this is added to left side. It should be subtracted from the right side. Or in the balance method, I can subtract, 113 from both sides. Since if I do something on the left side, I have to do a same thing on the right side to get the balance, to not change the balance. So I'm subtracting 113 from both sides, and the left side 113s will be cancelled out. And the left side only X, and 118 minus 113 gives us which one? Let's subtract this. So it will be 10 minus 3 will be 7. We have 7 here. 7 minus 1 will be 6. And we have 0. So it is 67 degrees. So the measure of angle C will be 67 degrees. Any question for this one? Writing equation and solving it. Maybe the solution part not familiar for you, but we will learn together if you haven't seen the solution in the one-step equations. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Any question? If you show one reaction, I can understand. So it will be the interactive lesson. I'll ask some of them to you, and you are going to write the answer in the chat box if someone is correct, and you can share your solutions. Okay, so let's continue with the second question. Since it is the open house, I can solve all of them, but in the normal lessons, I'll ask the questions, not directly with cold call, but you are going to solve yourself. Then you will write on the chat box. I can give you permission to write on the board, or you can tell me how to do it. Okay, so let's continue with the second question. Second question, there is triangle DEF, and it is ask angle F. So angle F is here. Directly, I can say the value of F is X. So how can I write the equation? Since I know this will be 180 degrees. All the angles sum up to 180 degrees. How can I write this? 45 plus X plus 90 degrees. I think you know this symbol shows us this is 90 degrees. So I'm going to write 45 plus X plus 90 will be 180. So Emily, you are right. And you did correctly. Thank you. So after this part, we have 45 and 90 degrees. They should be added to each other, 135 plus X in the same manner. And we are going to remove 135 from the left side, since I don't want number with X. So I'm going to subtract 135 from both sides, and the left side will be only X, since 135s will be cancelled. Then 180 minus 135 will be 45 degrees. So the angle F will be 45. And the equation, actually we wrote there, but I can write one more time. 45 plus X plus 90 is 180. So this is the equation. Any question? Okay. So let's continue with third one. Now the triangle is given with the angles 51, 58 and angle I. I'm going to find this one. How can I write the equation? 51 plus 58 plus x should be 180 since some of the triangle angles will be 180 degrees. So we are going to add them. 51 plus 58 plus x, 180. Let's add this one. It will be 109 plus x equals 180. I'm going to remove 109 from left side with the same manner. Since this added, I need to subtract. So x will be 71 degrees. Emily, perfect. Good job. So the angle I will be 71 degrees. Okay, let's continue with the next one. And the next one says triangle JHL has angle HLJ, which measures 65 degrees. Let's draw one triangle. I'm not sure, it is not exact angles, but I can say JHL. So this angle given as 65 degrees and LJH, which it measures 50 degrees. Actually, it will be acute angle. It is not exactly correct, but you can think this is. So question says, draw a sketch triangle, GHL, and determine the missing one, which is H. So I'm going to write this one as X. So what is our equation? Let's write this one. Sum of the triangle angles will be 180. So 65 plus 50 plus X will be 180 degrees. So all this part will be 115 plus x equals 180. Now, I'm going to subtract from 115 to both sides. Yes, Matt, it's correct. Good job. So x is equal to 65 degrees. Be careful for the subtractions. Actually, you know the way, only the subtraction way, okay? So the angle x will be, missing angle will be 65 in the triangle HJL. Okay, let's continue with the next one. So let me look at this part. I cannot see. Yes, now I can see. So mark the statements as true or false and correct the false statement in the space provided. So we are going to look at the triangle KLM, and two angles are given as 35 and 72.5, and we are going to calculate angle L. And you know how to do this one. So we are going to write the measure of LKM is 35. The measure of KML is 72.5 degrees, and the measure of KLM is unknown. Is it true? KLM, LKM, sorry, this is the K, angle K is 35. Let's see here. Yes, it is correct. This is correct. And KML, so the middle letter is M, so angle M will be 72.5 degrees. This is also correct. And the measure of L, this is the middle letter, L is unknown. Yes, we don't know this one, but we can calculate it. So this is true. Then continue with B. The equation 35 plus 72.5 plus x will be 180 can be used to find the measure of KLM. Is it true? Is this equation true or false? You can unmute yourself if you want to answer directly. Yes, Emily, you are right. It is correct. So we can say it is true statement. And the measure of KLM is 35. In the C says KLM. Is it true or false? Let's solve this one. The equation is 35 plus 72.5 plus x will be 180 degrees. So we are going to write 135 plus 72.5 will be 107.5 plus x is 180. So x will be, by subtracting 107.5 from 180, it gives us 71.5, 2.5. Which one? 72.5. Yes, Matthew. So 72.5 will be this angle. So it is false, and we correct this statement by solving the equation. Any question? Okay, If you don't have question, we can continue with the next one. So the next one says us, oh, yes, mark the statement true or false. Same thing. So is there anyone to answer this question for one by one? Emily, can you tell us? Or Matthew? I don't know the third one since I cannot see the name. Let me see. Or you can look at yourself once, then we can answer together. Good job, you found. The others all correct, right? Matthew, and the third one? Okay, let's continue. Both A and B are acute angles. So, what is the meaning of acute angle? If you remember the acute angle, it should be less than 90 degrees. So we can see 52.4 degrees is less than 90 degrees. It's correct. And 60.01 will be less than 90 degrees. So it is also correct. And we can say this statement is true since two angles are acute angles, which are the less than 90 degrees. And the equation can be written as 60.01 plus 52.4 plus x 180 can be used for BCA. Yes, it is correct. Since the equation should be in this form, sum of all three angles will be 180 degrees. And the measure of BCA is 114 plus 0.75 degrees. So how can I know them to solve with this equation? So 60.01 plus 52.4 plus x is 180. When I add these two angles, 60.01 and 52.4, it becomes 112.41 plus x is 180. So I'm going to subtract 112.41 from 180 to get the third angle. So what is the result of this one? I think it is 9. This is 5 points. What is the result? 7 and 6. Am I right? Yes, 67.59 is the angle. So it is false. It is not correct. I think you got the logic how to find the equation, how to write equation, how to solve it, and how to find the missing angle. Okay, let's continue with next one. So we have also three statements. Can you look at these three statements according to your knowledge? Can you answer them? Write on the chat box, please. Okay, for A, only for A. And what about B and C? Are they false? True? Can you write also on chat box? Miss Emily. What about B? Perfect, Matthew. And you found B. Yes, Emily, you're right. And what about C? Matthew. Yes. Okay, we found three statements. The first one is false, and you did this one. Good job, guys. So how? Since the equation cannot be calculated by using this one, since we know three angles sum up to 180 degrees. So it should be written as 22.5 plus 42.3 plus x, which is the W, angle W, and it will be 180 degrees. So I'm going to solve this one to find this. So 22.5, 42.3 sum up to 64.8. Am I right? Plus x equals 180. Now I need to subtract 64.8 from 180. It becomes which one? So it will be 115.2. So it is true. And the triangle VWX is an obtuse angle since the measure of W is greater than 90 degrees. As you see, this angle is greater than 90 degrees. So it is called as obtuse angle. So it is true statement also. Okay, I think we got this one. So let's continue with the next one. In triangle EFG, the measure of angle FGE is 35 degrees. The measure of angle GEF is 62.2. What is the measure of angle EFG? So we know two angles. We are going to find the third one, which is the missing one. Good job, Emily. You found it.
Okay.
Emily, it is for, I think you did something wrong. No, yes, you are right. And one, yes, Matthew, you are right also. Okay, let's continue. How can I do this one? If you know two angles, 35 and 62.2, I'm going to add them. 35 plus 62.2, and also I need to add the third one since it is missing, but when you add three of them, it becomes 180 degrees. So all these two angles will be 97.2 plus x equals 180. So I'm going to subtract 97.2 from 180. So it becomes which angle? 82.8. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, let's continue. You are good, guys. So the next one. Again, we have the same logic. The triangle ALLMN is given. What is the measure of angle L? Let me tell this one is X. So I'm going to write the equation. Then I'll solve the missing one. Good job, Emily. You found it. Yes, Matthew. You are right. You know the way. So we are going to write equation. The first one. I'm going to add these two and third one. So 52.7 plus 69.1 plus x equals 180 degrees. So I'm going to add these two numbers since these are combined like terms. We need to combine them. It will be 121. Am I right? I think 121.8 plus x equals 180. So I'm going to subtract 121.x from 180. Okay, so when I subtract this one, it will be 2, 8, and 5. So the angle X, which is the missing one, will be 58.2 degrees. Okay, you are really good, guys, and you are doing all the questions correctly. So let's continue with next one, and I choose also another handout since we have time. We can continue with side lengths of a triangle. So according to this one, we are going to learn which one is the shortest side, which one is longest side, and so on. So triangles can be named by their sides and described by the terms equilateral, isosceles, scalene. So do you know the meaning of equilateral? Equilateral means all sides are equal. When I draw the triangle, equilateral triangle, all sides should be the same length. If one side is x, the other all x, this is equilateral triangle. What about for isosceles triangle? If I draw here, isosceles triangle means two sides are equal. I don't know the third one, but we have the condition to get the third one. Some conditions. So two sides are equal. Scalene triangle, all three sides are different. All three sides are different. One of them is x, this one is y, this one is z. So all three sides are different from each other. So let's write one triangle, how to read this one or how to find the sides. So triangle ABC is shown at the right. Side AB corresponds with angle C. So side AB here. This side corresponds with angle C, the opposite angle, sorry. Angle B, side BC corresponds with angle A. BC is here, so it corresponds with the opposite angle, which is A. And if we mention the side AC, it is related to opposite angle, which is B. So as you see, which one is missing letter? It will be the opposite angle. In triangle ABC, if I mention side AB, you are going to think, which one is missing? C. So the opposite angle will be angle C. I mentioned CA, which one is missing? I can say B is missing, so the opposite angle will be angle B. Okay? So we are going to think the angle and the opposite side. Opposite side will be remaining letters. So the smallest angle will be the opposite of shortest sides. Smallest angle will be the opposite of shortest side. And the largest angle will be the opposite of longest side. So we have the same correlation. So shortest side related to smallest angle, longest side related to largest angle. A side is congruent to another side if it has an equal length. So congruent means they have same length, like 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 2 inches, 2 inches. So these are congruent sides. Do you have question about these explanations? Okay, so let's continue with examples. So according to some triangles, there are 4 different triangles. I'm going to write the angles. Which side corresponds to angle MNO? Where is the angle? This triangle, okay? This is for part A. So which side corresponds to angle MNO? Angle MNO means angle N, right? So question says, what is the opposite side of this angle? What is MO, right? So I'm going to write here MO. So I can skip the letter in the middle. So MO will be the side which is opposite of angle N. Does it make sense? How to find it without looking at the triangle? Okay, so let's continue with B. Which side corresponds to angle 2TUS? This triangle. So it is asked this triangle. So we are going to see the angle is U, angle is here. So what is opposite side? TS or the other letters. So TS. Perfect, Emily and Matthew. You understood. And part C. So question says, which side corresponds to angle VXW? The angle is X. So angle is X, where is here? So which one is opposite? VW or WV. You can read also from left to right, no problem. You can change the place. And part D says, which side length will be the smallest in triangle PQR? The smallest length, shortest. How can I understand? PQR is here, this triangle. So first I need to find all the angles, right? So 41.4 degrees, 77.2 degrees. Can you tell me what is the angle Q? What is the measure of angle Q? Since we need to find it. Can you tell me what is this angle? Write in the chat box, please. (61.4). Yes, you are right. Let me write here 61.4 degrees. So we are going to compare this one. And we know the shortest side will be the opposite of smallest angle. Which one is the smallest angle? 41.4. What is the side opposite of this angle? RQ. So this is the shortest side. Do you have any question? Okay, if you don't have question, we can pass the next one. Oops, not this side, this side. So the last question related to these four triangles. Which side length will be the largest in triangle MNO? MNO. So we need also this angle. So 28.7 degrees, 90 degrees, since this is the symbol. So what is that angle? So it will be 61.3. Am I right? 61.3, right? This angle. Am I correct for the solution? Okay, you're right. So which one is the largest? Largest means the greatest angle, which is 90 degrees. Opposite of this one will be MN. So the MN, side MN will be the largest side. So the small information, all the time, if there is 90 degrees, the opposite side of 90 degrees will be the longest side. Do you remember the name of this side? There is spatial name. Do you know this one? Have you ever seen this? It's called as hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Okay, so this is the spatial name for right triangle. Opposite of 90 degrees is called as hypotenuse. Okay, so let's continue. How many? Oh, we have approximately finished, but we can continue with one information. Where is? So here, no, this side. We did this. Now, so triangle inequality theorem. So for a triangle to be formed, the sum of two sides' lengths must be greater than the length of the third sides. So this is really important theorem to understand the sides, three sides form a triangle or not. So we can understand by using this one. So how can I understand? If the triangle's length sides are given, AB is 7 centimeters, BC is 9 centimeters. So we are going to think the third side, which is AC. So let me write here. This is 9, this is 7. So which is A, B, and C. So I'm going to, oops, not like that. So it will be 9 according to given triangle. So I'm going to find this part. I cannot say directly if we don't know the angle. If we use a trigonometry, when we know the angle, we can find exactly. But we can mention the side AC can be between these two numbers. Or so we have some conditions according to this one. How can I understand? AC should be less than sum of the other two angles, 7 and 9. So AC should be less than 7 plus 9 and also greater than difference of the other two angles. So I can say AC is between 2 and 16. So there can be 3, 2, 15, all the numbers. It is possible. Any question? So let's do one more question after we can finish our lesson. So one more question according to this one. So three sides are given, 13 units, 7 units, and 5 units. So we are going to think we can form a triangle. We can draw a triangle in the daily life. So how can I understand? By looking each side. should be less than sum of the other part. So can we say 13 is less than 7 plus 5? Is it true? Is this statement is true? No, since if we add this part, 12, we get 13 is less than 12. It is not true. So we can say it is not triangle. In the first try, we can find it cannot be drawn like this triangle with the sides 13, 7, and 5, since the third side, which is 13 units, is not less than some of the other two sides. Okay? So also you can think if the first try is correct, we can continue with the other one. 7 is less than 13 plus 5. It is correct actually. And 5 is less than 13 plus 7. It is correct, but this is not correct. That's why it is not the triangle. The triangle cannot be drawn. Because of the theorem. The sum of two sides should be greater than the third sides all the time. Does it make sense? Okay, any question? Okay, if you don't have question and we can finish our lesson, thank you for watching our lesson. And most probable we can see each other at September 8th, or you can decide yourself. Have a nice day. Bye.